Hello and welcome to Scottsdale 151. I'm Lisa Acquafredda. Today we have with us Tami Murillo, a hoarding expert from the Arizona Humane Society. Welcome to the show, Tami. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So Tami, what is your title and how does your specialized training help with animal hoarding cases?
Well, I'm an animal cruelty investigator. I'm also an emergency animal medical technician with extensive medical training to assess illness and injury in animals, to assess treatment time frame. I've also taken forensic photography classes because, as you know, one photo can say 1,000 words to a judge or a jury. And I've also would be the expert on the stand in court.
So Tami, how is your interaction with a regular neglect case? How does that differ from an animal hoarding when it's suspected?
Well, with the regular neglect case, I might be more direct about the animal's needs for shelter or medical treatment, but with a hoarding case, I might be more concerned about the person and getting to know them and understand and create a rapport with them so that I can continue to come back as often as needed.
Tami, I imagine in your line of work, you really come by some really unique stories. Do you have one to share with us?
Well, I can imagine there's at least one case I can think of that had a positive outcome in which CPS, the police, and the Arizona Humane Society was called out. And the person was mandated by the courts to get some counseling, get some assistance on cleaning up the property, and also giving their 60 cats to the Humane Society. And by the end of the case, the person still invites me into their home, and the house is a totally different scene.
60 cats? That's pretty incredible.
60. That's a lot.
Now, is it always just cats and dogs? I imagine you probably see some other types of animals.
Oh, definitely. Sometimes we've seen cases with tortoises, guinea pigs, snakes. You just never know what kind of pets people are into.
What are some challenges that come with your line of work?
One of the main challenges that we have with our job in animal hoarding cases specifically is entry. Another thing that we may come across is volume, how to handle that many animals in one setting. Or resources for the individual person, cleanup, maybe some counseling afterwards. So it can be really difficult to do those cases specifically.
What's involved with that intervention process?
Well, sometimes it takes an agency interacting with the individual, and other times a person can give us permission to enter their property legally and take a look at the animals and try to work on getting some of their numbers down and under control.
When should someone intervene and who do they contact?
Well, the minute you see a case of animal cruelty or animal hoarding, you should definitely call the minute you see it. But they want to make those types of calls anytime you see animals that have sustained illness or injury from the conditions within the home.
So where do you draw the line? What is too many pets?
There's really no set number. What you should be looking at if you're considering making a report is this person able to provide basic care for the animals, food, water, shelter? Are they able to provide medical treatment when they become sick or injured? And when somebody has become overwhelmed and they're not able to provide those basic resources, that's definitely when you should make a report.
Tami, how do you separate yourself? I'm sure you come by a lot of different types of situations that can be very emotional.
Well, it can be really difficult to maybe detach yourself from that person or that case or those animals. And that's what makes it so hard to decide if you want to pursue charges and prosecute that person, because you want to understand them and you also want to err on the side of being compassionate for their situation, also with the understanding that they do have a mental health illness.
So Tami, now that we know where to go and who to contact, what about an email address? What could you offer to our viewers?
Well, if you go to azhoarding.com, there's a link there and you can contact me or other people with our agency to get more information about animal hoarding or even item hoarding. And if anything, call the Arizona Humane Society and we'll help you out.
Tami, thank you so much for talking with us. We always appreciate it. And thank you for joining us today. I would like to thank our guest, Tami Murillo, for talking to us today about animal hoarding. See you next time on Scottsdale 151.